Well, we waited for a long time of summer. There's been cricket at Hopeton and there's been people running around doing all of their spraying because of the summer rains. But it's now time for Coleman Schache to join us again on the Southern Mallee Giants report. Hey, Coleman, how are you?
Yeah, well, thanks, Flo, man. Good afternoon to you. Good to be back amongst it.
Oh, what about the off-season for you? You added to the number another bloke that will be running around in orange in the future. Huey is born to the Schache's family. What a big addition to the family.
Yeah, a bit of exciting news. He's going well, and bundle of joy at the moment. So, I want to learn as much as we can and get some sleep when we can.
Good stuff. And, of course, a bit of a change. You were coaching last year, but now that has changed. Tell us a little bit about the leadership strategy this year for the senior group.
Yeah, I was booted out pretty quickly, and we've got Timmy Inkster coming over. He's been a coach at Warwick and Japan Rainbow previously, so he's definitely got plenty of experience, and he's also joined by Luke Marnie and Josh Webster. So bit of a three-way role there this year. But it's going to be nice. So myself and Luke last year both on field. So we probably didn't get all as much advantage as we could. So Tim's on the bench, so he'll be able to see the game well. And I've been enjoying training and the way he looks at the game. So looking forward to seeing how he approaches the weekend and how we go as a team.
All right, there's some losses that we should talk about from last year and some probably influential ones. Brock Orville, that you only played the first couple of games but had a lot of goals in those first couple. He's heading down into the Horsham district and that's a big loss.
It is, Brock Orville, yeah. He had 20 goals after 3 games last year, so we did miss him for the rest of the year. Brock's gone down to Narrabri Clontong, so we wish Brock well down there, and he will definitely leave that X factor goal kicking power big hole for us there in the forward line.
Yeah, I know that Benny Webster's not listed in this week's games, but he is unavailable. But you do have Cookie's also not there. He was a very good player for you and a fill-in through when Brock, of course, stopped playing with that injury last year. He's also not on your list.
That's correct. He's not. So, we only had him every second game or so last year just through his work commitments. So he's not playing at all this year. So, hopefully, come later in the year, we might be able to ruffle his feathers a little bit and make him change his mind. But we'll see how we go.
Hey, look, talking about the new players to the club, great to see Sam Weddle back from the Gold Coast. That is a real good get. Tell me about Jake Garvey, also these two brothers, and they look very much alike, apparently, Sam Bromley-Lynch and Josh Bromley-Lynch. What's the strategy here? Is it to confuse the other side with a couple of identical twins?
No, definitely not to confuse the other side. We're battling to tell the difference between them ourselves at the moment. So we're just calling them both Josh. I'm pretty sure they're both good. So take us a couple of weeks to get our heads around that. But they're both great fellas. So they've fitted in well so far. The couple of times that we've trained and played with them. What
about Angus McSwain? Where does he hail from? And obviously big Jake Garvey in the ruck.
Yes, Angus McSwain. He's been playing his footy at Hay, actually. I think he's one of... it's been pretty successful up there, so it's good to have him. He works in with Luke Marnie. He's tied up in there, his family, so he's travelling back with the coach, Muffler. And Jake Garvey is a ruckman, so that'll be handy to have the tandem ruckman combo, him in Big Bear Cook this year. So he's been playing at Beaufort, so he's good mates with Rupert Sangster, one of our other players. So he's brought him up, which has been for us.
Yeah, really handy. Tim Linden missing from the defensive unit. He's headed across to coach over at Shepparton Way. Good to see you've named your side. And I noted that Deck Brown gets his first senior appearance.
Yeah, that's huge. Decky Brown playing seniors. The whole club, and I know the boys on the track last night especially, excited for him and for the news. He's I suppose like a lot of players his age, around that 17, 18 sort of age, they start to grow in their bodies and get a bit more powerful. And he's all of a sudden we've seen him up the front in the running, and we're seeing him getting plenty of kicks in our practice matches and match simulation stuff at training. So a bit of pace is definitely something that we need in the seniors. A few of us older, slower ones. So looking forward to seeing him running out in the wing and running with the ball.
Okay, the reserve grade, this is interesting because Taylor Donner not named. Now, I understand that he got married last week, but I wasn't even on the invitation list.
No, I didn't see you there. I was wondering where you were when I couldn't see you there, actually. But I'm sure you would have been next on the list.
Is he going to come back after the wedding? I mean, the honeymoon, it could see the season over for him.
Oh, you'd like to hope so. As his joint coach, you'd like to think he will be, but who knows? He might have a good time, and
Of course, Mick Saunders, one of the really good players. I see that he's named in the interchange. You've got some good players. Riley Lehman playing in the reserve grade. You've got also having a look through the side. Dalton Roberts, very good. So I think you've got some pretty good depth there by the look of it in your reserves.
Yeah, we do. They've been tested this week, that's for sure. We've got a fair few players still unavailable in the seniors and reserves, so that really tests the numbers in the reserves. Obviously, the seniors can just pull some players up, but it's tested them out round one, so it'll be good to see how all those other young fellas go that are Decky's age that are holding key positions in the reserves now. Centre forward, I think Jado Cook is, and a couple of the other ones in the midfield. So let's see how they'll go if they take their opportunities.
Yeah, they've got to do so, and I can come senior footballers in the future. Hudson McCredden, I notice, in that reserve side. What about the 17s? I notice there's no side for the 17s again this year. Any of those boys, are they heading up to play in senior ranks in that age profile?
Just quickly, jogged in memory too, so man. It was It's Hutto McCredden's first, reserves game as well. So he hasn't missed a session all pre-season. So we can congratulate him. What was that? Sorry about the 17.
Yeah, so 17 wise, where are those kids in that age profile? Will they be playing up in reserves, or will they play elsewhere?
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure. I know we don't have too many numbers in that age group, but obviously there's a couple of them like Hutto and a couple of them playing in the reserves. But there might be a couple playing over age in the 14s potentially as well. So I'm not 100% sure how that works.
All right, that's all good. Under 14 years age, you've got some good kids coming through. Dane Hakopa is a very good centre-half forward. Cody Frankel in the ruck. Hallam boys are good footballers too. Jackson Moore, good body size out at centre-half back. How do you think the lads will go this year?
Hopefully they go all right. They're all a bit bigger. Yeah, obviously a year on, they do a fair bit of growing. So... they've still got the majority of the group that they had last year as well, and they're full of noise and excitement. And I actually had to fill in last night to coach them, and from when I had in there last year, their skills and just kicking the ball a bit further and all that sort of stuff is only going to help them on game day. So good one for them against Dimmy first up. I'm not sure how Dimmy shaping up in the 14s, but they're normally a good match up against the Roos.
Certainly will be. It'll be a good game of football. You blokes face them in the senior match. Just a feel of looking at their side, how do you think you'll go at home, of course, at Hopetoun, opening up big day football, a lot of crowd, but more likely people will be coming back to watch it. Really exciting for you guys.
Very exciting. It's going to be 27 degrees and a beautiful day in the Mallee for football. So, can't wait to get out there and have a run around and, see how we go. It's all the unknown at the moment, so I've got no idea how we'll fare against the Roos. If I'm honest with you, they've had a bit of talk in the off-season of a few new recruits, so I'm sure they'll be better than they were. Another improvement take another step from where they did last year. They jumped up into the middle of the table, and by all reports, they'll even jump up again. So, expecting a hot contest early. Probably be pretty scrappy first game of the year in hot conditions. No doubt there'll be a few cramps later in the game. So, hopefully we can win the tussle.
All right. There's only one bloke that's got a problem, and that is the umpires picking the votes, because those two Bromley Lynch boys are going to get double votes, each of them, right through the season.
Yeah, they'll. I don't know if they'll know who they're giving it to, but we don't know. We don't know who we're kicking it to, so the umpires have got no chance.
Yeah, good stuff. Coleman, great stuff. Good to have you back on talking Southern Mallee Giants, and look forward to a great season. Well done, Deck Brown, on your selection in senior football, and I'll be watching every week to see how the players go, and we'll catch up again and do a postscript on it next week. Postscript on it next week, Coleman.
Appreciate it, Flo, man.